Previously on Black Book, Vasilisa found herself trapped in the fog created by a Leshy, and as part of what she needed to find a way out, she needed to find a lost villager.
You follow your gut and seem to be getting closer to the tree the raven spoke of. The trees grow closer together here, and you feel the demon presence more intensely. The branches become more and more intertwined, and finally close off your way entirely. You whisper a Zagavar and witness the result of the Leshy's sorcery. You inspect the Leshy symbols. The demon has closed this way with 3 locks. Without removing them, you can't go any further. It is within your powers to unlock them, but each lock is sure to be guarded by his helpers. The circle is drawn. You whisper the secret words to open the next lock. The Leshy's guards are quick to arrive. The first lock has been opened. You catch your breath, getting ready to open the next one. The circle is drawn. You whisper the secret words to open the next lock. The Leshy's guards are quick to arrive. The second lock is open. Only one is left. The circle is drawn. You whisper the secret words to open the next lock. The Leshy's guards are quick to arrive. The final sorceress lock falls from the forest. You feel the earth trembling as the sorcery weakens. Among the roots lies a woman dressed like a Nimzya villager. She breathes heavily and in gasps. A raven walks around her, watching with impatience.
Anicia, is that you? I didn't curse him.
Wait, calm down. I'll help you.
You whisper a Zagavr, and the woman starts to breathe steadily. Now her life is safe, but she loses consciousness.
What's wrong with her? Are you trying to kill her?
If I wanted to kill her, I wouldn't have brought you here. Karr! You did well to tell no one in the village about me. You saved the girl. Otherwise, she'd be dead by the hands of the one who kidnapped them from the village. Karr!
What are you telling me? Some villager is to blame.
A Leshy in the guise of a man or a woman in Nimzya. Nimzya! Karr!
If it's Leshy who took her, why didn't he show up on the crossroads?
I told you already. Leshy is asleep. Sleeps below fog with snoring. Only his children left and his wives ran away long ago. Some to Perm, some to Kudem Karr. Karr! Karr! They Galina from Nimzya, and the countless other were killed by his Leshy son.
How do I find this changeling?
Look closely. Observe. Leshy can't hide from it nowhere. I can't discern him from people. I'm not strong enough. Only you can do it. Karr!
Who are you? What kind of talking bird?
You don't get it yet. You will in time, as soon as you defeat Leshy. You know what kind of bird. Karr! Karr!
What kind of fir tree is this?
There are several very old trees in the forest. This is one of them. Near the largest and the most ancient sleeps Leshy, in the middle of the forest, in the thick of it. And near trees like these, smaller ones, the hunter leave offerings to Leshies.
Why did this village become lost?
That Leshy's to blame. I don't know how he managed to take all the Nimzya. His power increased in one day. Now he tricks everyone's eyes, can get out. Karr! We will manage together. You will defeat him, and the village will be free. Will rise from the ashes. Karr! But you have to find him. Have to. Have to!
Why do you think I'm going to help you? I need to get out of here.
Want to get out? Then you're going to. Otherwise, you won't make it out. No! Talk with the villagers tomorrow. You've met him already. I feel it. As soon as you learn who among us is Leshy, make him come clean. That's how we beat him. And don't make a mistake. Choose wisely. Karr!
The last words the raven pronounces while unfolding his wings. A moment, and he disappears, as if he was never there.
The raven thinks that the one to blame for the missing villagers is one of them. He told me I've already met him. Who can it be? Marfa? Philemon? Ephraim the hunter? Anicia! That old witch is definitely a part of it. I will find that Leshy. I need to break the seals, not wander in the middle of nowhere. How much time passed already? Half of what's left? How was he there? Must be going through tall houses now. Right. I will catch the Leshy and make him break the seal. I still have time. Philemon is a shepherd. That means he must communicate with Leshy. Ephraim deals with forest too. He's a hunter after all. And I saw an offering. As soon as I learn enough, we can call to a public hearing. Or maybe fight face to face. I need to question the locals what they know about each other. Maybe then I will be able to find the Leshy. He couldn't live here unnoticed. Well, let's do it.
God helps, Vasilisa. It's a blessing that Galina is alive. Here, take it. From all of us to you. Well, I won't bother you. You need to study the book, right?
Wait, I want to ask you about the locals.
Come to my izba. We can talk there. You're tired. Here, better read something. Come in if you need anything. We won't turn you down.
The shepherd is sitting by the haystack, hitting his poo drum with sticks. Fog surrounds him, covering everything with slippery moisture. You smell mold and mushrooms.
From one Noah to another, I wish you well.
They say Yefim the hunter communicates with the Leshy. Could he have set up these disappearances?
No way. I was writing charters too, but who wants to curse? He isn't to blame. Well, I only do what needs to be done. Everyone likes Martha. She treats many of us to gifts. But I don't like her very much. The woman has a mind of her own. That's all right. I'll have a chat with her when the time comes. Oh, a quarrelsome woman. She's the one who cursed everyone, that's what I think. His son was Galina's husband, so she herself cursed him. Who else?
Shepherds also communicate with Leshy. He watches after the animals for you. Did he give you any helpers?
Nah, just some silly things. I don't measure up to you Khaldoons. I do everything by myself. It's scary dealing with the forest, everyone says so. I need to look after the cattle. They won't punish some icon, but they will punish me if anything happens.
Galina is doing well. She's sitting at the table and is already busy doing housework.
Vasilisa, I don't know how to thank you. You'll always be welcome in my house. Well, come in, sit here, under the icons.
This woman came to me, Anisia Ivanovna.
Oh, Lord help me. Even the Leshy won't take that woman. I know. I used to be her daughter-in-law. He's friends with the shepherd. I bet they both talk to the Leshy. But I don't believe they are to blame for the missing people. They are fine men. We're friends. I love her. She used to bring me and my husband lots of gifts, especially after our village got closed. She's so kind.
Do you remember the time when the Master of the Forest took you? What did he look like?
My memory is foggy, Vasilisa. I can hardly remember any of it.
Did he look like anyone from the village?
No, he was dark, as if made of wood, covered in moss and mushrooms. He nearly crushed me with those roots. God help me.
Galina starts to sob.
I remember one thing he told me. I can't pray.
You're Anisia's daughter-in-law?
I was. An absurd life that was. Well, it's a sin to complain. We all live as we can. My husband was taken from me by the forest. He died. God rest his soul.
What kind of man was he?
A good one, loving, so unlike his mother, Anisia. When he died, she blamed me, said I cursed him.
Did you argue?
We had some disagreements, but I don't think she cursed me. I don't remember any such thing.
Like many other houses in the village, Anisia's izba is bent because of the wildly growing forest. You knock at the door, and your acquaintance opens it for you.
You again, witch! Ugh. I'm looking forward to never seeing you, you damn vulture! Well, what do you need? You him? He's a fool. I bet he's the reason the village got stolen. I bet he wrote his little charter wrong, and the Leshy was only too glad to grab it all. Phew, godless coldoons. Ah, another curse maker. This one is worse than all the rest. His mug is all rotten. Just like yours. He does nothing, Only feeds here for free. I know exactly how these Noah shepherds do their work. The wolves watch the animals instead of him. He's only dilly-dallying. That girl's a hypocrite. Wants everyone to like her. But she's got a mind of her own. She's gonna give us trouble.
They say that Galina that went missing was your daughter-in-law, right?
That's none of your business. You lousy witch! Get lost!
Anicia pushes you away from the door and slams it shut in your face. The herbalist's house smells like healing herbs. You look around attentively, but you don't notice any signs of evil spirits. It seems that the herbalist is not a witch.
Ah, greetings, Vasilisa. Everyone in Imza is talking about you. I don't care where this village is, in a fog or in Perm-Gubernia, makes no difference to me. Well, my neighbor lives here. A fine girl, but not very hard-working one. She's young. She'll learn. What do you know about Anicia? What do I know? The missing Galina was her daughter-in-law. That's what I know. What else? A quarrelsome woman. They say the hunters are close with the Leshy. Have you noticed it with yours? Oh no, don't mention the Leshy. You'll call him. The hunter might go dancing with him for all I care. He doesn't tell us. Are you friends with Marfa, your neighbor? Not so much. Recently, I visited her in the evenings. She wasn't home. That happened several times. God knows where she was. You could ask a shepherd about her. He leads the cattle to graze in the evenings. Oh, the youngsters. They also like to walk at night. They may have seen something.
The scarce Nimzia youth is sitting by an old izba. When you approach, they watch you intently.
We've heard of you, Vasilisa. I hope you will help Nimzia. No one has been able to so far.
What's with this guy? Is he hurt?
His mouth is too big. In our village, no ones who call the Leshy's name too often get their mouths tied shut. Otherwise, it's scary. We don't want to be taken by Vorsa. Philemon doesn't take apprentices. He tells us he will manage by himself. He's right. None of the animals have ever gone missing. I guess the Leshy is fine with just villages. It used to be that some bear or the like would carry away an animal from time to time. We can't tell you anything about the hunter. We don't quite know him. He speaks to the Leshy and nowhere, sort of like you. Well, she's a fine girl. What else can we say about her?
Did you see where she walks at night?
Marfa walks at night? No, it can't be her. But someone definitely walks the streets. Must be the devil. Recently, Galina went missing, and we noticed some shadow getting into her house. One of us was placing a candle for her in the corner in the evening, so that the forest would let her go. Suddenly, he heard some rustling and saw the door open. It was Leshy. Who else? He immediately ran out of the bar. We found his tracks in the morning. Someone must have been carrying a heavy soul off to the forest. There must have been Galina's second spirit when Leshy was holding her. The tracks are deep, so this spirit put up quite a fight. A scary thing. Galina was her daughter-in-law. They sure did argue. But quietly, so people wouldn't talk. Galina was crying afterwards, she told us.
Marfa's izba is richly decorated. Towels, a large salt pot, and everywhere the wood is covered with murals.
Greetings, Vasilisa, dear. Well, come in. Sit over there, in the corner.
What can you tell me about Philemon?
Well, he's a fine shepherd, a knower. Not as strong as you, though.
Has he been in the village long?
Well, he came here before the forest master closed us in here. Yes, only after that. Anicia is very grateful to him for his work. She gave him a belt, She gave it to him right after St. George's Day, when he whispered to the animals. Other than that, a regular man. I don't know what to add.
He refused to take it? That's strange. I need to learn about this belt from Anicia. How long have you known Ephraim?
Yes, a fine man. Always successful with his hunting, even after all this. He's not himself lately, they say. The youngsters can tell you more. They watch everyone.
Tell me about Anisia Ivanovna.
Oh, the whole village heard her arguing with you. I don't know how you could listen to all that. I would curse her for sure. She was born with teeth. By the way, Galina is her daughter-in-law, but her husband passed away. A fine man he was. You saved her, so she might tell you more.
They say you walk the streets at night, acting strangely.
Oh no, Vasilisa dear, God forbid. I sit at home, that wasn't me. Who walks at night at all? I'm too scared.
The Leshy's domain stands before you like a grim wall. The peasants have burnt part of the forest, but it maintains its size, growing back trees with remarkable speed. You follow your instinct, sensing traces of primitive rituals, and soon come to a tree stump that has the remains of offerings to the Leshy and bullet holes. You notice boot prints in the soot nearby and follow them. Here the hunter's stride is regular, and here it has sped up. Suddenly, the girl's tracks cross that of the hunter. You cannot discern anything further. The Leshy's domain stands before you like a grim wall. The peasants have burnt part of the forest, but it maintains its size, growing back trees with remarkable speed. You have no difficulty following the tracks left by the Leshy when he took something heavy from Galina. The tracks stop by the hole, clumsily masked with grass. Inside you find a chest filled with various everyday things, kitchenware, jewelry, fabrics. Looks like someone got caught on an old nail inside the chest. A triangular piece of cloth dangles upon it. The Leshy's domain stands before you like a grim wall. The peasants have burnt part of the forest, but it maintains its size, growing back trees with remarkable speed. A small hunter's izba that is well lived in. He takes care of his home. The window gleams with a welcoming sliver of light. You walk around the izba, but don't find anything worth your attention. You see broad skis in the yard, a device for cleaning prey, and other hunting tools. They are all kept in order.
Oh, hey, Vasilisa, howdy! It's good that we finally have a knower. You've saved Galina, so maybe you will free us all.
How long have you known Anicia?
A long, long time. We're from the same village. She's Galina's mother-in-law. We used to go hunting with Galina's husband. But he's hunted his fill. He's no more. Yes, a fine man he was. A proper one.
What kind of woman is Marfa?
Oh, a fine woman. Not resentful. The songs she used to sing in the evenings. Oh, those were the days. I didn't talk with her much. An elderly herbalist lives close to her. She knows her better. She watches everyone from her window. Of that I'm sure. Philemon? Oh, a good man. An hour also. Well, he's not as powerful as you, but he still knows some things. Better go talk to him yourself. Most often he can be found near the haystacks. They're close to the forest.
So do you talk to the Leshy?
Oh, not after he hit the village. Well, I do the rituals, the usual ones.
I found your tracks in the forest by the offering. You were dragging some girl by the forest edge. It was Galina. Did you give her to the Leshy?
Bite your tongue, Vasya.
Who was it then?
Well, me. And the girl was one of the villagers. You can see her in the village right now. I told her not to tell anything. It's a bad omen. I left an offering to him and shot the stump. I've been trying to summon the Leshy for several months straight. I want to ask him eye to eye if Nimza is doomed because of this. But he cares little for us. Will you maybe be able to get to him? To a righteous forest?
Galina is Anisia's daughter-in-law?
Galina? Yes, she was married to Anisia's son, but he died. The forest took him, as well as many others.
The scarce Nimzia youth is sitting by an old izba. When you approach, they watch you intently.
We've heard of you, Vasilisa. I hope you will help Nimza. No one has been able to so far.
Have any of you seen a hunter by the forest edge? Well, don't be scared. I can protect you from him. You can tell me now.
One of the girls confesses she saw Yefim by the forest edge. She says Yefim was asking the Leshy to free Nimzya and bring the missing people back.
Marfa's izba is richly decorated. Towels, a large salt pot, and everywhere the wood is covered with murals.
Greetings, Vasilisa, dear. Well, come in. Sit over there, in the corner.
So where are you walking at night, Marfa dear?
Nowhere, help me, Lord. I'm telling you, I stay here around the house.
Maybe a Susetko left a piece of your dress in the chest with the stolen goods. Do you break into all the locked houses?
Marfa suddenly falls at your feet.
Oh, don't ruin me, Vasilisa, dear. I knew right away as soon as you appeared in our village that you'd find me out. I took the goods from Izbas where no one stays. Those that belonged to ones taken by the Leshy. No one else need those things, right? I swear on the cross that I've never cursed anyone. I loved Galina. I grieved most of all. The goods are my sin, but it's all for the future. All will serve the village as soon as the Leshy opens it back up. I will give everything to the monastery, and I won't forget about you. Here, I can give you some money now if you want it. But don't tell the others at the gathering.
I don't need your money. I have to think what to do with you. You've wasted my time.
Thank you, mistress. Don't ruin me. I'll be sent to a labor camp. I'll die there too.
Marfa starts to cry and whimper. The scarce Nimzya youth is sitting by an old izba. When you approach, they watch you intently. You sit by a house and dissolve in a deep song.
Выпущу, да я лебедушка, выпущу, да я лебедушка, бел лебедь, да Николаюшка, бел лебедь, да Николаюшка, да Василисушка, лебедка да Василисушка, топора да сопарилася, родня да сороднилася.
The herbalist's house smells like healing herbs. You look around attentively, but you don't notice any signs of evil spirits. It seems that the herbalist is not a witch.
Ah, greetings, Vasilisa. Everyone in Nimzya is talking about you. I don't care where this village is. fog or in Perm Gubernia makes no difference to me. Can you tell me about this piece of cloth? I don't know. Looks like Marfa's dress. The pattern is the same.
The shepherd is sitting by the haystack, hitting his poo drum with sticks. Fog surrounds him, covering everything with slippery moisture. You smell mold and mushrooms.
From one Noah to another, I wish you well.
Have you ever seen Marfa when you brought the cattle for grazing in the evening?
I have, yes. But I haven't seen where she went. Maybe the youngsters saw it.
You came to Nimzia after the forest master hid it, right?
Yes, I was unlucky. The Leshy caught me. Doesn't seem that I asked for an invitation when I entered his domain.
What were you doing before this?
I was a worker. My father was old and couldn't support me. I made my own way.
Galina is doing well. She's sitting at the table and is already busy doing housework. You search the yard and notice the tracks the villagers told you about. Someone was dragging something heavy towards the forest. The Leshy's domain stands before you like a grim wall. The peasants have burnt part of the forest, but it maintains its size, growing back trees with remarkable speed. The fog quickly thickens and you start to lose your sense of direction. Short paws stretch towards you from the fog. Galina is doing well. She's sitting at the table and is already busy doing housework.
Vasilisa, I don't know how to thank you. You'll always be welcome in my house. Well, come in, sit here, under the icons.
They say the Leshy came to you when he held you in the roads.
God save us. My life is not enough for him. He wants to curse my household as well.
How so?
How? Why else would he take all my copper dishes? It was all that was left from my husband. And it's still heavy. I saw the trail leading into the woods. The damned chort. I'd rather be dead.
Galina whimpers. Like many other houses in the village, Anisia's izba is bent because of the wildly growing forest. You knock at the door, and your acquaintance opens it for you.
You again, witch! Ugh. I'm looking forward to never seeing you, you damn vulture! Well, what do you need?
I heard you argued with Galina. Did you blame her for your son's death? You cursed her and wished the Leshy would take her.
Anisia's face changes, and she takes a step back.
Well, why did you freeze there? Did you curse your daughter-in-law?
Anisia makes another step and almost falls on the bench.
I did! You guessed it, witch! It's as you say, I am to blame. And what of it? It was Galina who cursed my son. Who else? Who? You're a witch, and she might as well be one. You found each other. I'm not scared. Tell it to everyone at the gathering if you wish. I cursed her, and I curse her still. And I curse you. I wish the Leshy would tear you to bits. Get out!
Anisia pushes you out of the door and slams it shut in your face.
Who is the Leshy hiding as? How will this help Vasilisa escape the fog? Find out next time on Black Book.